We do understand and share the belief that there are so many challenges that is ongoing in our world today, especially as youth. How do we use our talents? How do we use our skills? We need guidance and we need to get people who can pass the torch on to us for us to path a very bright future for us. So this evening, I have the singular honor of welcoming you to this side event. And we have in our midst a seasoned forest expert who happens to be my mentor as well. And apologies, my name is Emerin and I'm the climate sociologist, a proud mentee of the Hangout with Roselyn. And I would like to introduce the founder and the convener of Hangout with Roselyn, which is a youth and leadership initiative founded by Miss Roselyn Fusua Eje, who is a seasoned expert and a Humphrey Fellow of the U.S. State of Department. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Emerin. A very good evening to everybody. I hope that Belen is treating you well. We are in the final days of COP, so everybody is getting a bit tired. It's really exciting to have you here for this evening's conversation. Whenever I'm introduced as the founder of Hangout, I'm a bit some way because actually some amazing people pushed me to do this. I'm only the space for this to happen. But it really shows the power of community, the power of young people to drive conversations around key issues. And when the whole proposal came up, it was about having a space for mentorship. A number of young people are looking for spaces where they can just have a conversation about people who have walked a particular path before. A number of mental health cases come up within youth, and really sometimes just a conversation can ease that. That's what Hangout with Roselyn represents. We want to be a platform where we are able to pair mentees with mentors who are ready to take them through different professional and career antiques, things that they should know about, to have persons that they can just call and say, well, this is my mentor in the space. And also really to use the networks that I have by God's grace to reach in many other people who can come in and have a conversation in this space. We started just a year ago, and in just a year, we've held about 4 powerful events. And this event just came up, thank you, as a pop-up event. I just told Gloria, if we are going to be at COP30, what can we do? Before I realized she had gone ahead to do a concept note, booked the whole venue. I was like, really? We have a lot of resources in people and we must get together to have these conversations. So if you are here, you're very much welcome. We look forward to having you as part of our database, our platform. There are a number of events that we have planned out. We have a website you can visit. We are available on social media as well. We have different handles. We'll be projecting all of that for you. Come on board, give us ideas. We say that we don't know it all. So we hang out to brainstorm, to come up with different ideas. So as you are here, keep talking, let's brainstorming. And I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Thank you to our panelists. In this space of climate change, mentorship is key. It's actually vital. So we're going to discuss how mentorship can actually be the catalyst that gets us to the climate solutions that we need. You're very much welcome, and thank you for your time. Thank you, Emery.
Thank you very much, Madam Convener. And also, I'd like to acknowledge the Forestry Commission's Youth Ambassador, Ms. Nihad. If you could just rise, then we acknowledge you. She is a beauty queen from last year's Ghana's Most Beautiful, and she has also been driving climate action back home. So now we're going to go right into the main discussion. And I would like to introduce and bring on board our moderator for today, who is the founder of the Food Discourse and a Chevening scholar. Let's give it up for Ms. Gloria Ijari.
Thank you very much, Marin, for this. So I wouldn't talk much, but I think Madam has already given us a good backdrop of what mentorship really means and why it's essential for us to gather here today. So I'll just take time to introduce our guest speakers who are here to share their experiences as well as their perspective on what mentorship really means and how it can serve as a catalyst for climate action. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Madam Efwa Nyameche, who is the Energy and Jazz Coordinator for Green Africa Youth Organization in Ghana. Please clap for her. And then also we have here Dr. Sidi. Dr. Sidi, pardon me because your surname is really huge. You correct me here when you come. So he is also the youth convoy for Mauritania, COP30. Please give him a round of applause. All right, thank you very much. Now, before I even jump on to these questions, I will just hand over the mic to you to just briefly tell us what you do, your line of work briefly, and then we can further move into our questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will first pronounce my surname for you to be able to do that after. I'm Abdurrahman Sidil Mukhtar. I'm from Mauritania. As she said, it's difficult, I know. Okay, you can call me Mukhtar, which is my preferred name anyway. So she said I'm the Mauritania COP30 Youth Envoy, but plus on that, I'm also the Green Mauritania Youth Network President, and I'm a negotiator for LDCs on adaptation. So yeah, that's basically what I do. And I'm a friend of Efwa, so they can.
Yes, I'm a friend of Mokhtar. My name is Evoanya Mechapia. I lead the Energy and Jazz Transition work at the Green Africa Youth Organization. I mainly work with communities to deploy energy solutions to them and also work on jazz transition, that's workforce development for Africa. So that is it for.
Amazing. Thank you very much, my honored speakers. I think to start with, we would want to understand, still on IFWA, what is your perspective on mentorship? What does mentorship mean to you, especially as a young woman within this space?
Okay, so I think this is Hangout, so it will be real discussions on our experiences and what we've worked. If it's not just for me, I got the idea of mentorship and really understood it because of how I've engaged other young people. So mentorship could be very direct, like you can have someone holding your hands each step of the way, and it could be also from a background. You could have someone just watching you on because of the amazing work you are doing. So I work with communities deploying energy solutions to them. And in doing that, I go to a community that so we are mostly in rural communities, hard to reach areas. And recently I just came back from Niger. And if you know Niger's situation is with people mostly because of the kind of culture that is there, women are a bit limited. So I entered this community where women can't even talk. Like they are afraid to talk. And then they see me and I'm leading this project and they are excited. The women in the area are excited. They just see me and say, talk to this one, talk to this one. And that is what mentorship is. Like, just because of my presence there, one young girl feels like she can do it. Just because of my presence in that community, one young girl has hope that she can be meaningful. I tell them that talk. I give them the space. No, you've talked enough. You also talk. Just because of that interaction I had with them, people are happy. So that's what made me know the essence of the mentorship that I've got. Yeah, so that's what mentorship just means to me.
Exciting. Now, I just want you to add a little more to it. Like, at what points, I mean, in your journey, did you see mentorship play a significant role? I mean, you understood it from like engaging people, you had that reflection, but at what point in your professional career did you see that change?
Okay, so I had a handful of mentors helping me on. I just wanted people to understand mentorship from me, how I've seen it. But like I've really had people help me. I'll give a very vivid example of the mentorship that I've had throughout my career. I'm actually very early in this journey as well. I started this climate journey, and that's my first official work in 2022. Yes, with Gaio. And when I just came there, I was lost because I've never worked anywhere. I've never done any really professional work. And then there was this person who is a co-founder. That's the Smona Lugnoa. I get lost in things. When they ask me a question of how do we do this, I don't know how to explain it. And maybe one time I spoke on a call. I'm just really being frank of how my journey had been. I spoke on a call that can you please tell me how this is done? I asked the question like that. And then I was cold that how don't you know how this is done? Da, 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 da. So afterwards I was really I was feeling down and all that, and I just walked to Desmond and I told Desmond that I thought this was a safe space for me to tell what I don't know how to do for you to help me. Then he said, "Who did that to you? Don't mind them. Come." Then he gives me documents to read. Every day he pushes this one to me for me to read. And that was the beginning of a safe space. Not he didn't do anything at that moment, but then I found out that I have someone that I can confide in. That was the beginning of mentorship to me. And the first speaking engagement that I had. So let me just take you through again. When I just joined Gaio, the next month was COP. I didn't know anything. I just told you I didn't know anything. But then again, Desmond gave me an opportunity to come to COP. That was COP27. So I went to COP. He had not seen me speak anywhere. But he trusted me. He was supposed to speak at this one big place. COP was fresh to me, so everything was huge. He was supposed to speak there, but he had a collide and like there was another program that he was also supposed to speak on. Then he said, Ifwa, I want you to speak at this event. I said, how? How? I don't know anything. He said, nah, this is what we are supposed to speak about. Give me your reflection on it. And I said, okay, this is what I think about this topic. He said, perfect, go do it. He didn't know how I'm going to do that, but he trusted that.
Yeah.
And I went to sit there and I talked. Afterwards, he just came right to me and hugged me. Like, this is how mentorship,
Yeah.
they gave me a lot of confidence and a lot of trust. So mentorship is confidence, mentorship is trust. So that's
Yeah.
how my journey with mentorship has been like. Back to you.
Amazing, amazing. I really love it when people bring the story aspect of their life and their journey with us because it's more relatable. And thank you very much, Ifwa, for being more vulnerable to us to let us know how your journey started. Let's go to Dr. Sidi. Dr. Sidi, you are occupying a very important role. You have done so many things. And I mean, you are also from Mauritania, which has a very different perspective on all of these things. So we would want to know from you, what role does mentorship play in preparing for climate negotiations? Right from reading texts, drafting interventions here and there, getting young people involved. What role does mentorship play in this kind of space that we find ourselves?
Thank you so much. And let me just say that Hangout is cool. The name is cool. And how it is reflecting to mentorship, this is just brilliant. By that. For me, as we are all here advocating for sustainability, I think for me, mentorship is sustainability. Is that we are making sure that what we are doing, let other people join us also in doing this thing, and we're keeping sustainability in that pathway. And I see it from a perspective in climate, and that's what we're advocating for, like in the climate space. And then here, I think in the climate space, this it's not just about negotiation; it's about the way that we are taking to achieve our goals, and it's a way that is continuous. So we need the younger generation also to join us and to build on what we have already done, and that we could not do that perfectly without the concept of mentorship. The second thing is that we have, sadly, and we still, that is very common in this system, what we call techonism, that we always bring young people and take pictures with them, and yes, we have young people, they are here, like you can see a lot of young spaces, but when you ask deep questions about to how much like these people are really engaged, have a real say in what this decision or how this decision are made, you can have very little answers. The good point is that this is changing a bit, like from like I started also in COP27 not as a negotiator, because there is two parts of me. There is a part of me that is just a young person working with young people and advocacy for climate action, and that's still a part that I don't want to give up on. Like I'm still doing that. There is another part who's like the party part, like the negotiation part that they have started also like around 3 years ago. I started that in COP20, like COP28, 9, and now in COP30. So for me, the first parts, like I really saw in my career or my journey when real mentorship like helped me to like go in a lot of steps forward, and I knew also where the lack of mentorship has been like very difficult, and I were really missing guidance in that way. So I think it's a way to say that access, like just access to cops, as you say, is not enough. We need guidance to make this access like meaningful for young people, either from like parties' perspectives on their responsibility to mentor the youth to be able to meaningfully be engaged in the system, or also from like a civil society or like
Yeah.
a youth engagement perspective.
Yeah.
I think that's the first reflection on that.
Amazing. So, still on you, can you tell us at least two key skills that you gained through mentorship? Two key that is very important and, or let's say, has been important in your professional journey.
Yeah, let me like come back to my professional. Like I'm a medical doctor that joined the climate space first as a medical student through Yongo. How many of you are members of Yongo here? Like, oh, I see so many. So I used to be like in the Yongo working group on health, and then that brought me to the African Union as a member of the experts working on the African Union Health and Climate Common Position, which was endorsed during the Africa Climate Summit. And then I've in like before COP28, I joined also the African Union in Negotiation Fellowship, and now I'm one of the LDC negotiation leads on adaptation specifically. I think two main things. The first was in when I was a student. I think that was the remarkable one, and like that that one who like that mentor who took me through the public health first, that will take me to the climate space, which was something new for me because back home in Mauritania, like 5 years, 7 years ago, climate change was just like something that is very far, like a first world problem that we don't have to care about. We see climate change every day. We see its effects, but we are not like making the links to climate change. And even a lot of people who are hidden by climate change don't know the word itself like until now because we're still struggling to translate that in. The second point is the negotiations. I think that was through the fellowship of the AU. I think that was the most remarkable one. I think it's about diplomacy because you move from being just an activist that is very angry to be an angry person with but with diplomacy. Like you now have to be careful on how you are expressing your like when you are not okay with what's happening, and the way you talk to you express this is really and the way also you see that you can do a very little steps and you are okay with that. Like because as an activist I was really very ambitious, like I want to have everything in the same in this like at the same time,
Yeah.
and I want to see big change, while in negotiations you can only change like a dot sometimes, change a word, just a word, like to just change like call to request or to take notes, recognize,
Yeah.
and you're okay with that because you think that this is just another step through the system.
Yeah.
Like yeah, and I'm really thankful for both big experiences like
Yeah.
that one as medical students and now as a negotiator.
Amazing. That's really interesting and insightful. Now, if I want to come back to you again, most importantly, because you are a woman, and as women in this space, I mean, you don't even find a lot of women in this space. Like, it is now that at least when you come to COP, you can pinpoint some few young women trying to, lead other climate issues and all of that. But on your journey in particular, have you faced any challenge as a woman, like through mentorship? Has there been any of some of these like challenges, and how did you navigate it?
Okay, thank you, Gloria. So, I was in a women's space, Empower. It was like last 2 days, 15th, and someone was sharing their experience that as a woman, as a young girl, when she started this energy work and all that, she was so enthusiastic. She was doing very well, like her colleagues. So she was with her colleague. They were all interns, and they met someone that they were so proud of. She was very proud of because of the work that they've been doing. So she just hurried up to talk to him. When the man saw him and saw the colleague, just brought the hand up and greeted the male colleague. Hi, how are you doing? She wanted to greet him. He said, Hi, how are you doing? Like, just brushed her off. And that really make her heart sink. If not for the mentorship that she had, for her to be empowered to go back, she said she was devastated because she felt like she was nothing and she was an imposter there. So most of the time, that's what young women face. They feel like they are not good enough. They feel like they have to do so much to match up. And that is why mentorship for young women is so important. For a space that is so dominated by men, and for a narrative for me, I'm from Africa, so for a culture that is that like really holds male supremacy at a core, it is very important for us to have this kind of mentorship. Else we would always be feeling not good enough. We will always be feeling not adequate enough. So for me, like those little bits of tidbits that people give you, that today do this, today do that, despite your technical deficit, those things build up gradually for you to become what you have to be. But when you don't get that guidance, that every day meet this person, talk to this person, those are just very little things, but they
Yeah.
really help shape the narrative for young women in the
Yeah,
space.
yeah, indeed. Those are really the little things that shape our journey as young women. So we are wrapping up our conversation. We've really had like some heart out conversation where you've told us about your journey and all of that. But I think it will be great for you to leave us with one message, the two of you. So we can start with Dr. CD. Is there one message that you would want to leave youth delegates here, like who have gathered here in Brazil today, to take home with them and on their journey, and to see them again, hopefully, on COP31?
Yeah, we don't know yet. It's in Australia or in Turkey. What? It's what? Oh, that's still not final because it has be. It's a COP decision. So until they do this, it's not yet confirmed. So we'll still be waiting. Anyway, I will say that I'll come back a bit to young people in this process because I think that we've made a lot of mistakes, including youth, in this process. You know, in Paris Agreement that we are negotiating now, the word youth is not there. Young people not there. They're only children, but just like they mentioning children as a part of many vulnerable groups that we are mentioning. So I think that, and in many discussions we see mostly like senior people leading the negotiations on behalf of their countries. But I think climate change is primarily an intergenerational issue. And it's our issue as a generation because we were the first generation to be hidden by climate change and will do like continuously in time because we hope that we'll be live longer to see to see these effects. So for me, we should have like, if the word is good, like a systematic mentorship in the system. How, like, we need young people to be either from a civil society part or from the government part, which is like a complementary issue. Like, you know, in the ICs, in informal consultations, it's open for observers, and we see observers like influencing the way they are even suggesting text to negotiators. Until we understand this and we work for the system to make it work for us, I think we will not get like so far. Let me say that about mentorship, I've been seeing like many experiences, but the best way of mentorship is not to try to make a version of you or like to, but to lead this person to discover himself like or herself, how they want to act, like to discover their strength, like how they are, like what's working for them exactly, and how can they help in the system. I will say a bit also that we are expecting this to be like the African Union started like that negotiation part. It's a 2-year program that you can also apply for to seek mentorship, but also you can join your country and try to find a space. Like there is a lot of entry points also to the system. But whatever you're doing, try to be meaningfully engaged in the system. Even when you work for children, for example, try to see where we can add
Yeah.
children. Like how can the GGA indicators work for children and suggest text to these people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a final story that happened yesterday, and I'm still think that
Dr. CD, you have 2 seconds.
I have 2 seconds. Yesterday, one of my mentors in we are colleagues now, but I was still considered as a mentor. Is called Lina Yassin from Sudan. She told me like I used to be a very shy person. You can't believe that now, but I used to be a very shy person. And speaking publicly was a big issue for me, like at the beginning, and also speaking in English, because back home in Mauritania we speak French, we speak Arabic, but not English. So I started like speaking English, you can say, like 9 years ago, something like that. And then she told me like we are having like I need you to go with me somewhere, and then we went. She was preparing for a media huddle. Do you know what is the media huddle? It's some approach that negotiators like use to make a point about something they need a push in negotiations. That they should just go to the media and give them like what's the position now and why you think you're right on what you're doing, because like there is a lot of accusation around that developing countries are blocking us to have from having like an indicators list, blah 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 blah, and we are just making sure that the indicator that we are getting will be like helpful in the way of adaptation, and we make sure that we have good MOIs, means of implementations around. So she told me like we are just going outside to like I need you to go with me, and then we had like I don't know if it is 50 media agency around, and then she pushed me like CD, you are the one who will be talking to these people just in a situation. That's a I don't call it like bad mentorship, but I think it's through situation that we learn this kind of stuff. Thank you.
Okay, so I would help Dr. CD wrap up. I took some few points while I was listening to him. He said climate change is an intergenerational problem, and I think that's an important aspect that we need to consider. And it is the reason why mentorship is very, very important, because mentorship is basically intergenerational collaboration between like the older and the younger generation. So that's one thing that I really loved about what you said. You also said that when you are going on your journey, don't try to, in terms of mentorship, don't try to make a version of yourself through someone. Allow people to also grow within their capabilities and skills that they have. And I thought that was also very spot on and brilliant. So if Dr. Sidi has said a lot, one message, if
Okay,
one
so
message.
I have one message for older generation people that are looking at mentoring people and all that. It's quite clear that a lot of young people are not heard enough. But then the same people that young people talk to that they don't hear them, someone else mentions your name to them because they have a position and they hears it. So for people that have taken on to themselves to mentor people, we really appreciate you and we need you to continue mentioning us in situations, mentioning young people, pushing for young people. This is how some people hear. Some people hear from their colleagues. So if you're in the room and they're talking about young people, please be the voice of young people. And I'm also talking about systemic mentorship. So some people get mentorship at the early stage of their career and they are left when they get to the middle stage. I think as young people, as we grow throughout our journey, and even older people, we need mentorship every step of the way. It should be like a chain reaction. We can not just end somewhere. And then to my fellow young people, what someone told me once that really stuck with me, like, how do I pay you? How do I repay this work and this input, like this knowledge you are impacting to me? The person just says pay forward. So we are supposed to be this also chain that when someone helps you, you are able to hold someone hand. So we are all mentors in our own way, that through all of our work and all of our passion would drive people with us, and don't be gatekeepers of what we have, but also let these things go down to people in our communities, in our areas that don't have the chance. So go be a mentor yourself. I think that's my last word for all of us. Thank you.
Amazing. Please let's
I
clap for
I
them.
retweet everything she said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. So, in general, don't be gatekeepers, and also know that climate change is an intergenerational problem and needs intergenerational solutions. Please let's give a round of applause to our speakers. Please don't go. Don't go yet. Do we have questions? I think it's a good space to ask questions, because mentorship is such a sensitive topic, and sometimes we don't have the opportunity to ask like real life questions. I have had my own experience of mentorship. I'm currently like enjoying mentorship from Madam Roselyn under HWR. I always mix it up. Hangout with Roselyn, basically. And I would say that it's also through that mentorship that I am here at COP30 today. So if you have any burning questions, please feel free to ask. I have a question. If no one is coming forth, I'm still waiting for someone. Oh, okay, perfect. Please come.
Okay. Hello, everyone. To the panelists, thank you so much for that insightful submission. My name is Naka Briziada, and I come from Uganda. Yeah, so for any opportunities for collaborations across regions, for example, West Africa versus East Africa, are there any mentorship programs that are across regions? Thank you.
That's a very good question. I think we'll throw it to Madam, because they want to know. Yes, but yeah. Okay, speakers. Madam, will still come back to you. Thank you.
Okay, I think Madam will go after me. But then one thing he was talking about negotiations. So we have the African Negotiators Fellowship. Ransford can talk more about it. He's a beneficiary of that, and is helping to train negotiators across Africa. This year's cohort just ended because it happens before COP. So you can really connect, and let's see, maybe by the next cohort you'll be able to be on board and be part of it, and you can get sponsorship to come to COP as well. So that's one that I know.
Yeah, I've mentioned already the one, like the AU fellowship. They will be opening, I think, after COP. It's really interesting, and it covers all the, and it's not just about COP. There are a lot of other events like AU summit and so on and so on. They also IID through the LDC. They also have fellowships on negotiations. But the thing I'm trying to say here, like, don't suggest mentorship or negotiations. Like, what I'm seeing now, and that's why I'm not able to give up on the other youth work I'm doing. The local work with communities is more essential and have more direct solutions to the. Yes, we need to still work on the governance issue inside the system and make them better, and we need youth in this space. But the work you guys all doing, and I've attended a session here about mangroves and many others, you're doing amazing work and keep doing it. These are a part of the solutions that we are looking for.
Thank you very much. Any other last question? That's all. Sorry, she went.
Patience here.
Okay, then we take the last question from Ransford and wrap it up.
Thank you. Mine will not be a question. I think for me, I just want to appreciate them, the speakers. My name is Patience. I am from Uganda. I serve with Girls for Climate Action. And it's very crucial. When I saw the topic mentorship, I just saw that it's something that I want to listen to, because then it's because of mentorship that I'm in this space. And I want to just say that there is something that you talked about, the fact that sometimes you don't need to make very big changes for you to create impact, but the small steps that you take are very important. So for me, I've taken that from this panel, and thank you so much.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Patience. Ransford. Oh,
Thank you
Dr.
very much. I just want to appreciate the speakers, and if we are falling in love with you, I want you to be my mentor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas.
Hi, thank you very much. So my name is Ransford. I would like to have just a simple question. So you have been beneficiaries of mentors. So as young people, as ourselves, if we see someone who we want the person to mentor, like um, um, I see Gloria, and I want Gloria to mentor me. How do I approach Gloria?
Let me speak first on this. Like, don't seek as like a person specifically, but try to see the people who are on the track that you are following, or the way that you want to go, and then you will meet people in your way and try to find mentors on them. That's very important, because sometimes we fall in love. Who fall in love with Ifwa here? Yeah, she said yes. I mean, like, a lot of people will admire some people, but they sometimes not very aligned with what we want to do or what we want to become. So try to choose like from the people, and don't like just like you'll sometimes find mentors that you don't like so much, but they will be helpful for the way you are going through. So that's an important thing. I mean, people when they see the dedication in you, they will love to be your mentor, and they will love you to be their mentee. You have to show how you are dedicated about what you are doing, and yeah, you have to prove them that you deserve the chance that they're giving. Retweet.
Retweeted.
No, but I also want, if we're, thank God. No.
Okay, I'm just retweeting what he's saying, but I think we don't force relationships, and some of this mentorship, and if you want to get a real like mentor that takes your case World Cup, like I'm just saying a Ghanaian term, it has to fall in slowly and naturally. You might see someone that is doing an amazing work that you really recommend and you love. For starters, maybe let's walk through it. For starters, let's just follow their work. And if you are doing same, you could be following what they are also doing, where they are when you meet them. Maybe if the person is speaking here, be there, just listen to them. You meet them one or two times, you become a familiar face. The next time you're able to talk to them, the next time you can exchange contact, invite them for something you are doing. So we slowly fall into relationship than just really seeing someone just one day and you say, I want to be your mentor, take me as your. It doesn't work. So let's slowly fix this relationship and let's work in naturally. And he mentioned that let's align with people that are doing our work and also act in a small corner to have proof of work that would need the mentor for. I think those are my words. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Thank you very much. And just what Ifwa said, I was at a meeting and then someone was like, so there was a very high profile person who was speaking. And then when the person was done, a number of people, one person stood up and said, well, you speak nicely here, but after the conference, when we approach you, you are not even approachable. And this was a response somebody gave. The person said, I don't owe you my time. And so when you approach me, give me reason why I should invest in you. And what Ifwa was saying is very key. If you followed someone, when you approach them, there are things you say that tells them, oh, okay, so this person knows what I'm doing. Believe me, mentors are also looking for people who believe in them beyond just you wanting to attract something from them. Every human being, I believe, loves praise to some extent. So she said that she had met someone at the airport and the person was like, oh, I read this book of yours. I was at this program of yours. So immediately they connected. So when she asked to be mentored, she was like, this is somebody who has followed me, has read my book, has found value in this. Probably the person maybe didn't even read all the pages, but they knew the approach to get their attention. So let's also learn. I'm happy you asked that question. The approaches to get attention. And to the point that Dr. Mokhtar made, show dedication and show that you are serious. We are about launching a mentorship platform, and all the mentors said, I just want people who are serious. I don't want anybody who comes to play around, because it's time and investment. And if you come in there and then the person doesn't see that you are really learning, or they give you assignments and you don't take them seriously, it becomes a problem. And sometimes we have a way in which we want to be mentored, but that might not be your mentor's approach. So your humility and ability to say, I'm ready to go on this journey with this person. Probably I don't like all the approaches, as he was saying. Not everybody that you like might really influence your life the way you want. Sometimes the people that you don't like might be the ones who actually take you to where you want to get to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam.
Let me
So
add,
we have,
let me add to this that I have mentors who, like, when I qualify them, I will say that they are rude people, but I owe them too much. Like, I think these people, like, I can say changed my life in many ways. So the other way, like, it can start by a good question in a panel. I also have this kind of relationships with some mentors. Just a good question, and sometimes the mentors themselves approach you to be their mentees. So that all happen.
I love it. There's one question at the back. But guys, please get to know that we have something for you. So if you haven't eaten, don't worry. Just relax. We have a whole package for you. Okay. Yes. Your question. Yes.
Thank you. It's a quick contribution, and I just want to say this for the benefit of other young people that are here. First of all, when we seek mentor, the first thing we need to do is there's what they call mentoring from afar. The truth is there are 1,001 young persons that are also looking for that mentor. So you need to that would give the person reason. Most at times it does not have to be your request, right? You have to create your own model, because I'm sure you don't want to be the replica of what that person, because there are some areas of that person that you don't really want to. So you have to model your life towards the characteristics of or area of that person. Then follow diligently. The purpose is not to get the person's attention. The purpose is that you have taken the person as a model, just like when you're following a roadmap. If the person notices you on board, good. So for me, I love mentorship a lot, but most of the mentors I have now, I didn't approach them. They looked at me and said, come, let me work with you. Because for me, whether you call me or not, I'm following diligently from the right thing, from your post, your way of life, everything you do, I'm learning. So whether you notice me or not is not my problem. And I'm manifesting everywhere I go. Thank you very much. I'm a product of mentorship. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much for adding that. Indeed, we are all okay. I don't know about you, but I'm a product of mentorship. Like, if you see me here, I've come this far also because of mentorship. And I would say that you don't also need like just a mentor from just one aspect of your life. You really need it from various aspects. And you don't need to necessarily say mentor, this is my mentor necessarily. Because just like Ifwa said, my experience with mentorship has really been natural, like a very natural flow of relationship, following up, checking up on elders, like I admire them. Like, oh, I just wanted to say hello today. I hope you are doing well. Oh, please, you have an event coming up. I would love to be there. I go there, I see them, like I share my opinion on what they share there on the panel. And it's just from there that naturally things build up. So yeah, I would say that that's one key thing that we should take note. It's not always about by force. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining this session. And thank you very much, our speakers.
Last thing, like, you have also to make the relation like a win-win situation, so you can see what you can do, because mentors also have some needs that sometimes you can do, and some skills that you have they need. it's not a way that, yeah, you can also remember their birthdays. That's a good
Yep.
thing. But yeah, you can see like what skills do you have that they might need also in that.
Yeah, very good. Please let's clap for our speakers again. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. Over to you, MC.
Great. I hope that you all enjoyed the session on mentorship. This is not an end. We are bringing the food from the food courts, and we don't want it to go away. So we'll plead with you to just wait a bit. But while we wait, I'd like our speakers and our convener to join me on stage, and let's have a group photo. After that, we would have a word from Ghana's most beautiful and the Forest Tree Commission's Youth Ambassador, Ms. Nihad, to just give us some closing remarks. Ifwa, Dr. CD, Miss Roselyn, and Gloria, please come up stage. You have it. This is better. Great. So we are going to have some few remarks from our youth ambassador from Ghana's Forestry Commission, who happens to be a past beauty queen. And so let's welcome Miss Nihad on stage.
Good evening to everyone. I want to say thank you to the organizers, Hangout with Roselyn, for this wonderful event. Honestly, I'm also a product of mentorship. I don't think I would have been here without mentorship. I've really learned a lot from my mentors, and I want to encourage young people to be open-minded. The panelists have said everything, and I've learned a lot too. And you have to be very strategic in choosing your mentors. You don't have to force relationships, like they said, and you have to be ready to learn, making sure that you are dedicated and committed, coming up with new things, engaging your mentors because they are busy. So you have to make sure that you are always fresh in their minds. And mentorship can take you places. Like I said, I'm here because of mentorship. It can develop your skills, your abilities in your field. Your mentors can open doors for you that you never dreamt of. So please take advantage of this. It can be formal or informal. You can learn from afar, like others have said, and also open your doors to mentor others as well. So as you climb up, you bring others along, and I'm sure we'll make the world a better place together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nihad. Thank you so much. So a quick one. I want everyone to sit down, and we'll come round with the refreshments. But if you do have some questions, suggestions, anything that you want to share, because this is what a youth pavilion is about, you could just have the floor. This is an open space. So we want to have a group photo. Is it possible we can all fit here, or do we have to? What do we do? We can. Okay. Yeah, this is good. So we want to have a group photo with everyone. Just come up stage. Everyone, yeah, everyone, come up stage. Everyone. Please, everyone, come up stage. Antonio. After the photo, then we all sit down so that we don't miss anyone with the food. Are you okay? We show up to show. We show up to show. Thank you, everyone. Please let's get seated so that we all get organized. We'll come to you lane after lane. So please just get your seat and yeah, you have to. If there's no space, you can even come upstage. We don't mind.